What is happening, y'all? It is Breiden Fehoko back after week 2 to break down some film with you guys. You guys have been asking for it, and so I'm here to give it to you guys. Um, One of the cool things about being an NFL player is understanding the little tedious things that go into the game plan every week. How to watch, how to scout guys, how to understand what teams are running, the culture they're trying to build there offensively and defensively. And so this week, one of the teams that caught my eye was the New England Patriots. They play the Steelers this week in week 3, and I think the Patriots create a lot of matchup issues. Nobody's really talking about them right now, which I think makes them even more dangerous as a team. They have a really young, talented quarterback, Drake May. They invested heavily in the offensive line this offseason. They acquired Stephon Diggs in free agency, and they have 2 tight ends with Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper, who can stretch the field for you in the passing game. And they have a really good receiver by the name of Mac Hollins who can dig out DBs and safeties in the run game. And so when you watch this film, when we break it down, I'm going to show you guys a few plays from their opening script against Miami on the road. Just watch the identity that Mike Vrabel's built into this team. And I think a lot of people are going to be surprised by New England this year. They're well coached. I like the foundation they're built on. The culture's being instilled there, and you can kind of see it on this tape. So let's dive into it. Enough of me talking. So first play of the game here. New England comes out in 12 personnel, and 12 personnel in the NFL is simple, man. Everybody thinks it's heavy run, especially when the quarterback's under center, and it's get your cleats in the grass. You got your base defense out there. You usually have a nose tackle out there, guy like me, and it's big on big. So let's see what they do. And knowing Mike Vrabel from his time at Tennessee, he likes to run the rock. He likes to get it going, and there's no better way to instill confidence in your offense week 2 of the NFL season on the road than to get your run game going early. So they come out here, first play of the game, and they run duo. Duo, for those of you guys that don't know, it's a north and south run. It's physical, it's big on big, it's body on a body, and it's a running back finding a crease, whether it's backside, front side, bouncing it outside, and, it's finding a hole and finding a lane, and duo is one of the best runs in the NFL because of how many different variations where it can hit. But just a really good identity builder here off rip for New England, just calling duo and letting Miami know that, hey, we're here to play. We're not here to joke around. Good play. Good play. Second play here. New England comes out in 11 personnel. 1 running back, 1 tight end. And one of the funny things that I notice here first off is usually when teams come out in 11 personnel in the NFL, they don't really get under center. And when you call 11, the defense is forced to nearly be in nickel. Most defenses, almost 95%, I'm sure, once they see the offense in 11, will trot nickel out there, or some form of 5 DB packages. Teams call it penny, where they can manipulate the defensive line, take out a linebacker, drop down a safety in the box, however they want to do it. But you're going to see some form of 5 DBs if you come out in 11 personnel. New England here, like I said, they create matchup issues, right? They take out a tight end, and I want you to notice who comes into the box after this second motion. So Drake May, after Stephon Diggs goes to the opposite side of the formation, motions in Mac Hollins. Now, like I said, Mac Hollins is a dirty work guy in the NFL. He can dig out the run game for you. New England comes out, 11 personnel, and they run sub-duo. So they ran the same run play like they did on the first play, but they're just doing it out of a different package just to create matchup issues. And I, as a defensive line, hate defending duo in nickel packages because the double teams stay on longer because you don't have an extra body on the defensive line. So these 2 are going to hang on this guy a lot longer, and these 2 are going to hang on this guy a lot longer. 1, 2 are going to go 1, 2. These 2 are going to go 1, 2. These 2 are going to go 1, 2. And he's going to go here. It's man-to-man football, and this is great matchup issues and awareness, just counting numbers in the box. Ramondre Stevenson puts his head down, gets 7 yards on the play. That's great 2 plays. That's an identity builder. That's a culture awareness of what we want to do here on the road, especially playing against a team like Miami in week 2. And that's how you identify your foundation of, we're going to play physical smash mouth football. Third play here. They get in gun. They're still in 11 personnel. If you notice, I've said it recently. I've posted about it. I said, if teams come out in open sets where there's no tight ends in the core, it's usually 99% pass. Why? Because you don't have enough numbers in the box. If you just count it, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 offensive linemen. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 defenders in the box. And so if New England wants to run the ball here out of 11, they have to get a tight end back into the box. So what do? They motion Hunter Henry on the snap. They run split belly. Hunter Henry comes the split guy. to block Bradley Chubb. They kind of get the timing off here, but watch how everything creates wash for the New England offensive line. And Ramondre Stevenson's just able to see this and just see this lane to your backside and go for 9. Untouched. The first time he gets touched in this, maybe 7 yards after the first contact. Boom. I mean, that's 3 plays of back-to-back-to-back runs where you're on the road and you can't ask for more as an offense on how to get your guys going. They come out next play here. Drake May motions him out. Now, what I like about this formation is when you have split backs in the backfield on 3rd and long, what that tells me as a defender, as a defensive lineman is, 1, this coordinator cares about his quarterback. Yes, he may not have tight ends attached to the line of scrimmage, but this is a 7-man protection. 2 backs in the backfield on 3rd down equals 2 chip blocks. There's no difference if he was walked up here or if he was here, he was there. They're still going to build out a 7-man protection, a max protection for your quarterback. And I love that play call. Why? Because you put trust in your offensive line, right? When you develop and you dial up max pro protections in the league, you know you're telling them that, hey, we got your back. I'm not just going to put you on an island on the road against Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips, right? You're giving them time. You're giving your young quarterback time. Hey, this route's going to take a little longer to develop. You're not going to have to get rid of it in 2.5 seconds. And so they get the chips here from the running backs on the edge rushers, right? And now he has a window and he has a clock in his head that, okay, I got the chip. I don't have to just rush this. And I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to see this formation a lot this week with these 2 backfield sets of Max Pro. You're going to get some runs out of it. You're going to get some quick passes out of it. I think you're going to get some screens out of it. But he has time to decipher what he wants to do with the ball. Heck, nothing's open down the field with receivers. He checks down to his running back for a 10-yard gain on 3rd and long. And you know what? We get it to 4th and short, and now we can go for it. So they end up getting it. It's 1st down. They keep the drive going. And this is what I talk about when we create matchup issues in New England. It's 1st and 10. You convert it on 4th down. Most people would think now we're starting to get into the red zone, right? They call this the maroon area. Well, let's run the ball. Let's kind of keep ahead of the chains. New England comes out in 22 personnel. If you don't know what 22 is, it's 2 backs, 2 tight ends. So what I'm thinking as a defensive coordinator, when I see 22 on the field, I'm going to put in base. Funny enough, that's exactly what Miami does. Now, remember what I said in the beginning of this video. They have 2 pass-catching tight ends that can go vertical for you, Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper. Those are guys that you have to respect and play them as more receiving tight ends than blocking tight ends. Watch how this play unfolds. It's 1st and 10, right after they just converted to 4th down. They motion back in Hunter. They run a play pass, play action. They sell this look right here. They sell the zone, right? Now, they got all this flow coming back. So, natural reaction. Guys, it's play action on defense. They're going to sell run one way, and they're going to have all the pass guys leaking the other way. Watch how this play unfolds. Leak, and watch this tight end leak. Watch the tight end run. Nobody's on him. Wide open. If he keeps his feet, that's a touchdown, but he nabs it for 20-some yards. And just the play calling and the rhythm of this opening script tells me the identity of how New England wants to live in this year. A lot of physical runs, a lot of matchup issues with their personnel. They want to build things to get you in certain things and get you uncomfortable with looks, and then come back and counter it with, here's a leak, here's a delay, or here's a 2-back set in the backfield for max protection, right? It's a lot of smart football, and I love what they're doing. After that big play, what are you thinking here? Okay, they just got a big play. They're in the red zone here. Let's think they're running. Nope, not at all. Not at all. They come out, sell play action again, get these guys flooding. That's a touchdown to Mac Hollins. I think this was a great opening drive here for New England. Like I said, I think they're flying under the radar right now. They're one of those teams, man, where you're going to look in December and January and they're going to have 9, 10 wins and they're fighting for a wild card spot. And you're going to be like, the New England Patriots, But the history of their coaches, Mike Vrabel, a lot of other coaches they have on that staff, real gritty vibes, real fighters, hardcore, guys who won't quit. And when you watch this film, this was just the opening script and the opening drive. But when you watch this film and you watch the New England Patriots, man, they're a tough physical team. You can tell by the guys they drafted, the free agents they acquired, how they play, the effort they play with, and especially on defense. They're leading the NFL in sacks right now. And so this is a team that, I want to put everybody on notice that they're kind of flying under the radar and nobody's really talking about them, the New England Patriots.